Welcome to your daily stock radar. Let's explore the companies making waves with fresh partnerships, surprising earnings, and strategic moves on April 23rd.
Absolutely. We've got a good mix of earnings reports, acquisitions, and new projects to dive into today. Let's get started.
First up, we have Havells India Limited. Their Q4 financial year 2025 net revenue increased by 20.2% year-over-year to 6,532 crore rupees, and net profit increased by 16.4% year-over-year to 522 crore rupees.
Those are solid numbers. Full-year net revenue also jumped 17.2% to 21,746 crore rupees. Sounds like they had a pretty successful year.
Definitely worth keeping an eye on. What's next?
Next, we're looking at Tata Communications Limited. Their financial year 2025 profit after tax increased by a whopping 44.7% year-over-year.
Wow, that's impressive. And their consolidated revenues rose 11.2% to 23,109 crore rupees. They also recommended a final dividend of 25 rupees per share, right?
Exactly. Plus, they've reflected the divestment of Tata Communications Payment Solutions Limited. It seems like they are streamlining and focusing on their core business, which is paying off.
That makes sense. So Ambuja Cements Limited is next?
Correct. They've completed the acquisition of a significant stake in Orient Cement Limited. This includes 95,873,163 equity shares, representing 46.66% of Orient Cement's share capital.
A pretty substantial acquisition. What does this mean for Ambuja Cements strategically?
Well, it expands their market presence and gives them a stronger foothold in the cement industry. Plus, they'll now comply with SEBI regulations regarding the open offer, so everything's above board.
Makes sense. Okay, next is Vardhman Special Steels Limited.
Right? They had a 6.20% year-over-year increase in revenue from operations, hitting 1,764.41 crore rupees. The board recommended a dividend of 3 rupees per share too.
That's steady growth. But didn't they also announce plans for a new greenfield steel plant?
They did. A massive project with a 500,000 MT capacity in Punjab and a capital expenditure of approximately 2,000 crore rupees. That's a significant expansion.
Speaking of new projects, what's going on with SOMI Conveyor Beltings Limited?
They secured new orders totaling 4 crore 86 lakh 45,540 rupees. The big one is from NLC India Limited for 4 crore 78 lakh 0.51 rupees. There was also an order from Maharashtra State Power Generation County Company Limited for 84 lakh 0.03 rupees.
Big wins. Show strong demand for their products. What about PNC Infratech Limited?
PNC Infratech has been declared the lowest bidder for an EPC project by PWD Rajasthan. It's a flyover construction project in Bharatpur city.
And the price?
239.94 crore rupees with a completion period of 24 months. Securing a project like that definitely bodes well for their revenue stream.
Okay, let's move on to Gujarat Alkalis and Chemicals Limited.
They flagged off the first consignment of benzyl chloride from their new chlorotoluene plant, which has a capacity of 30,000 MTPA.
So what's the revenue impact expected to be?
Approximately 400 crore rupees annually. Plus, the project is expected to generate a lot of jobs, both directly and indirectly. It is great for the local economy, like a rising tide lifting all boats.
That's a win-win. Now what's happening with Adani Enterprises Limited and Bharti Airtel Limited?
Adani Data Networks will transfer 400 MHz spectrum to Bharti Airtel and Bharti Hexacom. It's a spectrum acquisition in 6 telecom circles.
Why is this a significant development?
It helps Bharti Airtel bolster its 5G capabilities. Plus, Adani Data Networks is a wholly owned subsidiary of Adani Enterprises Limited, so it's a strategic move for them as well.
Interesting. What about Inventurus Knowledge Solutions Limited?
They've invested $14,500,528 in their wholly owned subsidiary, IKS Incorporated, which provides a care enablement platform for healthcare providers.
Sounds like they're doubling down on their healthcare tech investments.
Exactly. The investment is for working capital purposes, and it won't change the shareholding percentage. It's like adding fuel to an already running engine.
Next up, Indo Farm Equipment Limited.
They've secured a tower crane technology transfer from Sichuan Hongsheng Heavy Machinery County Company Limited. This is a major step towards supporting the Make in India initiative.
How will this impact their business?
It will expedite their entry into the construction machinery market and save on R&D costs. It's like getting a head start in a race.
Alright, let's talk about Sai and DLM Limited.
Their board approved the audited financial results for Q4 and financial year 2025. Also, Messrs. MKS and Associates were appointed as secretarial auditors for 5 years.
What were some of the financial highlights?
Financial year 2025 consolidated revenue from operations was 151 crore 96 lakh 26,000 rupees and the consolidated net profit was 6 crore 80 lakh 76,000 rupees. Looks like they had a pretty decent year overall.
That's solid growth. How about Delta Corp Limited?
The board approved the audited financial results and recommended a final dividend of 125%. They also appointed Messrs. A.K. Jain and Company as secretarial auditors for 5 years. And their shares closed with a gain of 3.3%.
A pretty good day for them, it seems. What else is new?
Mr. Chetan Desai was reappointed as an independent director for a second 5-year term. So stability at the top level,
Now, let's shift to Huhtamaki India Limited.
Their Q1 2025 net sales were 5,930 million rupees, which is flat year on year. Their EBIT was 371 million rupees, a slight decrease.
So what's their strategy to improve going forward?
They're focusing on manufacturing efficiencies for improved profitability. Their parent company is listed on Nasdaq Helsinki Limited, so they've got a global perspective.
Alright, last but not least, Varun Beverages Limited.
They've commenced commercial production at their new facility in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. This includes carbonated soft drinks, juice-based drinks, and packaged drinking water.
Great, more capacity to meet demand, I guess.
Exactly. They are expanding their reach.
Well, that's quite a lineup of stocks making moves today. From earnings reports to strategic acquisitions and new projects, it's definitely an interesting market to watch.
Absolutely. Lots of opportunities to explore. Remember disclaimer, we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions.
And folks, if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more daily stock insights.
Thanks for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow.